You can save it in a Pojo. And so for that, we will need a Pojo class, employee Pojo with ID, name, or whatever. And the second thing is employee Pojo. We will need employee Pojo. We will need. Then second thing is synthesis. We will also need controller. Since this is completely based on MVC. Okay, we will use the Spring MVC itself, and we will make up a Spring Boot MVC. Model view controller. Model view controller is nothing but for developing any website. And for this, we need a controller. So this Pojo will become our model now. Okay. This will be the model. Now, controller is this particular person, which is annotated with at rest controller. Okay. Why we cannot we can use a normal controller also, but it is very easy. If you are using REST controller, then you can do all this get, post, put, delete very easily using a REST controller. So that is the reason that I will be using the REST controller. To handle the REST APIs, we will be using the REST controller. Then in the controller, what we will do? We will do all the get, post, put, delete. Hope you are able to recollect MVC and all that.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So in the controller, this REST controller class, we will do all these actions. Okay. Now, but we also need to work with the database. Internally, our website will be upfront, but what our website will use, it will save everything to a database. So for that purpose, we will need a database. So the database here, I will be using something called as H2. We can use MySQL, any database. So here Spring Boot has inbuilt database. This is inbuilt. That is by default, it will provide this particular H2 database. You can learn something new here. And this H2 database, we will give the details in the Spring Boot, and that will be mentioned in a file called as application dot properties file. We will give the details of H2. So when you do perform any of these operations, so it will be operating on this particular H2 database. Okay. So, but before that, we need to connect to the H2 database. That connection is provided by another class. This is a new thing. Repository class, which is annotated with at repository, and it is not a class, actually it's an interface. So this is an interface, and it will just have a hook to JPA repository. If it just has a hook, then entirely all the connections will be done based on this particular application.properties. You can perform all connectivity will be done. We don't need any JDBC. We don't need anything here. Just by using this JPA repository with this particular annotation on the interface and having the details of the database, our connection will be established.